Frank and Claire Underwood are back for another season, proving no amount of political turmoil is ever enough for our weird, messed up palates. Hey everybody, Alex here for Nerdy Inc., coming at you with a review of House of Cards Season 5. We've now followed the Underwoods for 4 years. Frank has gone from House Whip to President of the United States. Claire went from non-profit head to vice presidential candidate. As the skeletons in their closet begin to come to the forefront of the news cycle, it takes the team's every effort to stay ahead of the media. The actions taken by Frank and friends are anything but subtle this time around. Throughout the ongoing election, we see dozens of attempts to tip the scales in favor of the Underwoods. With near rock-bottom approval ratings, the Underwoods are desperate to come out of the election on top. Their methods are sloppy, obviously underhanded, and transparent as all hell. Their actions are pretty blatantly evil, lacking the nuance and care that we've seen in seasons past. Under any other circumstances, I would knock the show for this, but in the era of Donald Trump, political nuance is in short supply. Our real-life president has moved the line so far that shark-jumping storytelling has now become believable fiction. Couple this newfound acceptability with a general love for Frank, Claire, Doug, and the like, and, well, the season works pretty damn well. With real-life rules out the window, the show is able to hold you in the palm of its hand, keeping you guessing up until the final moments of the season. Fans of these characters may also have some of their wildest dreams come true, as the season's final stretch of episodes are directed towards an idea that I'd seen floated around comment sections ever since the first season debuted. Call it fan service or just crowd-pleasing television, but the story does work. No, it's not the sneaky, suspicious show we were introduced to 5 years ago. Frank is at his most vitriolic, his most narcissistic, his most self-serving. You can call it a lack of nuance in the writing if you so choose, but in this hyper-partisan political climate in which we currently live, it's a pretty accurate reflection of the times. How sad is that? Now, I got a lot of comments in my Season 4 review saying why didn't I do spoilers, so here it is, the spoiler section of Season 5. I mentioned before a potential fan service climax of the season. I was referring to, of course, Claire taking over as the official President of the United States. For years, fans have been saying they're sick of Frank's treatment of Claire and that she should leave him behind and go her own way. With Frank's resignation and Claire's still absent pardon, it doesn't look like the two are on the same page. It's hard to tell if she's thinking farther ahead than Frank, or if she's just fed up with his crap and wants him out of the picture. It's hard to tell. After all, this season really had me guessing. Frank's resignation and the entire plan behind it are proof positive that the Underwoods are anything but predictable. While early moves in the season, like disrupting polling in Tennessee and Ohio, were fairly straightforward, the handling of the Judiciary Committee through testimonies and the press through controlled leaks were anything but. I was legitimately shocked when I found out Frank had leaked his own dirty laundry to the Washington Herald. It does beg the question, though, when did Frank's plan for resignation actually begin? Claire had been correct in just about every strategic decision all season. She pleaded with Frank not to talk to Walker, but he just couldn't resist bragging, a move that inevitably led Walker to go back on his promise to plead the fifth. While Claire was right not to talk to Walker, was Frank baiting him all along? I doubt it, but that's still part of the mystery. This season did, ultimately, lead me to question the mileage the show has left. Eventually, Claire and Frank are going to run out of terms to serve. The Underwoods can only bicker for so long before they either make up or Frank goes to jail. Escalation can only last so long, and I'd hate to have the show overstay its welcome. But that's a problem for another day. If it's political chaos we're after, we're in no short supply in our real lives. And those are our thoughts on House of Cards Season 5. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are. I know that for some reason these reviews, more than any, are the ones people like to talk about. So definitely leave me your thoughts and we will discuss them. And for more games, comics, movies, and more, keep right here on Nerdy Inc.